So I'm with our council chair, Sue Allen, and Sue's been a member of the church for a long, long time and active both in the church and in Gilford school issues. And I'm going to meet with her family at Katie's house, and we'll do a more personal interview. But today we're talking about your role as a church council, and I know the council met on Saturday, a Zoom meeting.
We did.
And what decisions were made?
Well, the biggest focus on the agenda was whether or not we're going to open the church up next week. And the church had a very vibrant discussion over it. Every church council member weighed in on whether they felt it was wise or we should wait. So I will tell you, most individuals are very anxious to get back in the sanctuary. We miss being here, sitting in the pew and listening to you in person. But that aside, everyone is very concerned about the risk. We listen to the news and we know what these specialists are saying to us, and I think when we weigh everything out, the biggest concern is the risk factor. We want to make sure when we open up the doors that all of our congregation feels safe and want to be back here. But there are so many guidelines that we have to adhere to. And Michael, why don't you share some of those that you shared with the council?
Well, people are supposed to come in one door and exit another door. No hymnals are to be used, no collection, certainly nothing like communion, no choir, singing perhaps with masks on, a record of who attends and where they sat, and those records are kept for about a month in case something happens so we can trace back who was near whom. And so I think we agreed that it hardly sounded like a positive worship experience.
I'd agree.
Especially when I know the online stuff doesn't meet everyone's need to connect with people, but our viewership is, even in the summer months, usually over 200 by the end of the week, so which is more than we would have on a summer Sunday in the middle of July.
Right. So hearing all those guidelines, the council did vote to postpone opening up the church doors, and we will revisit the issue again next month. So stay tuned, but again, the biggest focus is making sure everyone is safe and healthy, and when we open those doors, everyone feels comfortable coming back.
Yep, and I think one suggestion that we will probably revisit in August when we talk about this is the possibility of having two services.
Yep.
Maybe one at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and then one at 10. They would be one of the other recommended guidelines is that the services should be about 30 minutes in length.
Correct.
So I did speak with Carolyn yesterday, and she would be willing to play at the two services. And were we to do that, we would probably limit the number of people to each service to 40 or 50, and require reservations in advance. And the diaconate would then kind of map out where people would sit. Families could certainly sit together, so it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
Now, I also know after our last council meeting, you met with me and Rick Harper. The Hoppers are our summer fair chairs. And we decided that we didn't logistically see how in the world we could do a summer fair. The idea of food lines and a white elephant and the jewelry, even if we were to do everything outside, which is what we were thinking about doing, we just didn't think it was responsible. And about a week later, the town decided to cancel this year's Old Home Day. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, we agreed that it was going to be a real challenge to social distance and have a have the summer fair safely. So the council is proposing that if we can have 100 church members donate $100, that would actually help us meet the goals of what we anticipated making in our annual summer fair. So if you feel, the congregation feels they would like to donate, we would appreciate it, and that way we can move forward. The donations would be used just like our proceeds from the summer fair every year. It's to help support all the organizations that we do throughout the year, and meet the needs of the community and beyond.
Yep. And a couple of people have already mentioned to me when I floated that idea by them, that they would be comfortable giving more than $100. So we would certainly accept that. And there'll be some people for whom $100 would be a stretch and couldn't do anything, and that's certainly fine. And others might be able to do 50, but if we could get 100 people to do $100, that would go a long way toward meeting the goal of $16,000 or $15,000, which is what we budgeted.
Right.
And I suppose the best thing, if you do want to respond to that, when you send your check in, just simply put in the memo item, summer fair, 100 for 100, or something like that.
Yep, that's great. I know my family is looking forward to donating, because summer fair is something we always look forward to every year. We know a lot of families do, but again, just like the town of Gilford, we're all trying to be safe and do the most responsible thing.
Yep. And I know this morning you spent a couple hours here working on Got Lunch. How did that go?
That went well. I had to pack 32 bags of produce that's going out.
I saw
to our
that. My
family.
mouth was watering those greens.
Yeah, we have heads of lettuce like this that were delivered. Yeah, the produce has been unbelievable. Every year, the local farmers come through, and it's very important that the families get not only the staples, but also the produce. And as the summer goes on, our bags get fuller and fuller. So
That's great.
Yep.
I did mention to Sue that the picnic yesterday went quite well. We had almost 60 people participate. The Diaconate members who were here were wonderful, recording people as they came in, assigning seats for people to sit at, and then plating and serving their food. It went quite well. The one glitch was I did walk around with my little iPad, my little iPhone, and videotape it, but for some reason the sound didn't record, so you can see people speaking through their masks, but you can't hear anything. But I hope we're recording right now, and I hope that people, when they watch today's video, they'll get a chuckle out of that.
Sounds good.
Well, you have a great day.
You too, Michael.
Keep up the good work.
I will, as you as well.
Okay.
And again, thank you for all that you're doing for the community and our congregation. We all look forward to your daily videos.
Thank you. My pleasure.